Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you.
Ça, c'est les premiers mots que vous dites, puis après ça, vous allez faire un discours de remerciement.
Alors, honorable members, I beg to repeat. Honorables députés, je tiens à exprimer à la Chambre mes humbles remerciements pour le grand honneur qu'elle a bien voulu me faire en me choisissant comme président. Je tiens d'abord à remercier, au nom de nous tous, le doyen de la Chambre, le député de Bécancour, Nicolet Sorel, Alnobac, pour son savoir-faire, son humour et sa perspective de parlementaire chevronné. Je désire également féliciter les collègues qui se sont portés candidates et candidats pour le vote d'aujourd'hui et les féliciter pour leur discours inspirant et édifiant qui nous rendent tous fiers de pouvoir se dire membres de cette Chambre. I would also like to reserve a special mention and thank you for the member of Hull-Aylmer who took the reins of the speakership at a difficult moment. At the end of a mandate, when things tend to get a little feistier, I would remind members that we are at the beginning of a mandate in the selfish hope that you will afford me a little grace period. Once again, thank you for your confidence. I have few words because, well, we all have things we want to accomplish, and we've been away. Thank you, colleagues. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker. Merci beaucoup. C'est pas correct, hein? OK. Merci beaucoup. Merci tout le monde. Mr. Speaker, as I rise in this House for the first time, I hope you will permit me to thank my constituents in Nepean for the great honour of being a member of this committee. And I'd like to thank Canadians, Mr. Speaker, for the trust that they've put in this government, but in all members of this great House. Hear, hear. Votre élection témoigne du respect que vous étiez accordé par vos collègues. Depuis plus de 20 ans, vous servez les citoyens de Lac-Saint-Louis avec dévouement, avec la sagesse, avec le calme, avec la dignité. Merci, Monsieur le Président. Now, Mr. Speaker, I have much to learn from the members of this great House. I will make mistakes. I have no doubt that you will call them out for good reason. Because this House has rules, it has traditions, and it's on those traditions that our Athenian democracy is founded. Yes, we are Athens. They are Rome. On va triompher. C'est le début, c'est l'âge d'or d'Athènes. Oui, c'est correct. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You have my support.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Premièrement, Monsieur le Président, une grande félicitation à vous-même. Vous avez obtenu l'appui de la Chambre pour gérer la Chambre pendant les prochains mois, années. On va voir. I too would like to indulge myself to take this opportunity to thank the voters of Regina Capel and indeed our spouses. I'd like to thank my wife Jill for the sacrifice that she and my family make, as do all our spouses and significant others. You have just taken charge of an office that is almost as old as Parliament itself. It emerged in the Middle Ages when the Commons needed a spokesman to air its grievances to the King. A task that probably wouldn't stand up to the safe workplace guidelines that exist today. And as we heard from our Dean, until the 17th century, the Speaker's loyalty was to the Crown rather than to MPs, and they were often blamed if they delivered bad news to the monarch. 7 speakers were beheaded between 1394 and 1535, and many more were imprisoned. Managing monarchs was a delicate undertaking. One speaker, John Wenlock, during the War of the Roses, when no one could be sure who would end up as king, he tried to hedge his bets by fighting for both the York family and the Lancastrians. It didn't work out too well for him, though. He died at the Battle of Tewkesbury. But of course, he wasn't the last politician to try to be on both sides of a contentious issue. And I dare say we may find some Liberal MPs voting for things that they were very recently. But gradually, the Speaker's role became one of representing Parliament rather than the monarch. And it wasn't until the Victorian era that impartiality of the Speaker became the norm. Now, it might no longer be a requirement to stand up to kings and queens, but you may find yourself having to stand up to other offices of authority. And if such a moment presents itself, we trust you will stand with those speakers who came before you, who defended this institution on behalf of the people. As I look back over the last few parliaments, we did have some trying times. We witnessed injuries from flying elbows, F-bombs dropped, and a few appearances of one member in a state of undress. I did hear that CPAC was considering putting a warning on the daily broadcasts, may contain violence, coarse language, and nudity, but so far they haven't had to do that. The speakership itself has been tested, with, unfortunately, some speakers caught in the middle of scandals themselves. I have heard it said that it's all gone downhill since the last time a Conservative was elected Speaker, but I couldn't possibly comment on that. In all seriousness, though, Mr. Speaker, you are not the Commissioner of Parliament, you are the servant of the House, and that is an important dynamic. You are held accountable by the members, and each of us are accountable to our voters. Debates should be passionate. They should be lively. The lives of Canadians are changed by the decisions we make, and so it is normal that members get enthusiastic and fiery. When the stakes are so high, often the best thing you can do is allow the players to play a little bit. This is where the government is held to account. They have an enormous amount of power. And we, parliamentarians, must provide ruthless scrutiny on every dollar taken out of their pockets, every infringement on their liberties, and every single decision this government makes. Of course, every parliament has its own unique challenges and messy moments, but as Winston Churchill said, democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the others that have been tried. Monsieur le Président, nous vous offrons notre appui pour votre présidence. Mr. Speaker, we offer you our support and our best wishes for your speakership over this Parliament. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
L'honorable député de Belleuil-Chambly.
Monsieur le Président et estimés collègues,